So very quickly, I've got some quick admin stuff to go over first. I said this week is Stuart Reid, coming from DSA, the technical lead and co-founder. Quickly, money, this is last night to pay us for video money, so I will be in the pub after or here, so just give me your fucking money. There is a couple of game jams coming up, the Trans Mango Game Jam in Glasgow. It's on the 4th to the 6th. It's just been posted in the GDS group yesterday, so there's like full details there, as well as the IG Day meetup and the Dundee Rainbow Game meetup next month. Note for calendar. I think that's it. Too many minutes. So very welcome, Stuart Reid.
Yep. Thanks very much, guys, for your time tonight. It's impressive to see so many students out at 6 o'clock in the evening, sober as well, which is good. I'm not going to do a formal presentation on slides. I'm very easy-ozy in terms of if you've got any questions, I just put in. And as we start ramping on, Alan, please stop me. So, as Alan introduced, I'm also Stuart Reid, Technical Director at Digital Sports Arena, which is a new company based in Dundee, down in District 10. Got in touch with Alan. He was one of our first summer placements this year, along with Jonathan. I'm not sure if Jonathan's in the audience today. So what I'll do is I'll just give you a quick personal background, because Digital Sports Arena is quite a new company on the scene in Dundee. So I'll give you a background myself. Ironically, I was one of the first ever students to apply for the Abertay Games course. You may be surprised by that, going back how useful it'll look, but applied back when the course was first conceived, I think back in 1998, I think I applied. I got a provisional acceptance for the course, and I was all geared up to take it. Unfortunately, they sent me a letter saying part of this course is compulsory Japanese, and I thought, well, I can't even do standard gauge French. I thought, no way in hell am I doing this course, I can't speak Japanese. So I declined that, and I went to Dundee University, your enemy across the road, and did sort of more generic applied computing. Which is a shame, because I believe later on they removed the Japanese element of it. I presume none of you guys have to do Japanese now. So history, ironically, turned back on a full circle and ended back into games after I left Dundee University. So I did applied computing in Dundee University, which is basically software engineering, more generic than the stuff you guys do here, and no particular focus on games, although I did do some 3D work there. But it gave me a good kind of solid sort of engineering background. In my final year of university, myself and two other students who I was doing our project with at the time, we decided we didn't want to take jobs in BT, software engineering department. It seemed really, really boring. And instead, we took a brave move and said we were going to set up a business when we graduate. And we didn't know what we were going to do. So we thought, well, we can write databases, we can do software, and we set up a software engineering business, which was originally called Dynamo Computing Solutions. And it was an interesting experience, my first ever delve into the real world, should I say. A lot of business experience was gained through that. And as a side to that kind of line of business we were trying to approach, we took on university contracts and stuff like that, usual sort of standard stuff. The smartest phones were just coming onto the market. They're not like that now, they're like the big bricks that basically slide up and down. And literally, I think it was the Symbian operating system. It was like 100k memory to play with, which was fantastic compared to the iPhone. And then you get down. So as part of that, we sat down in the student union and had a few drinks and thought, what do we want to do with this kind of new bit of technology? I mean, we had really no experience of game development or the industry, and I thought, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a football management game. So we simulated the entire English Premiership into a 100k Java file and put it on the latest Nokia N75s at the time. We had no idea where we were going with it, but eventually after a few months, and we realised actually something that was really, really kind of neat. People liked playing it. It was a great little concept project, and we thought, why not just go out and push this to publishers? It's a kind of new market. We pitched it to various businesses. Football Manager was the obvious choice we went to, Championship Manager, and lo and behold, they signed us up. Championship Manager signed us up, so we were able to stick the official Championship Manager brand onto the game, which for year 2 at university was just like an absolutely incredible achievement to sign up a big massive publisher like that. I should say the publisher was Eidos, the mouse for the next, moved on a few variations. So we developed that. That was our first commercial project, which again was a massive learning curve. We learned a whole lot of things about QA, localization, releases. The mobile phone market then was completely different from what it is now. It was extremely fragmented. You didn't submit your games to an app store. You submitted it to an operator, so you sold your games to O2, Vodafone, and they had a monopoly over all the content they were distributing. So that was us into games, and we quickly realised, well, actually this is making us money, and I can actually earn a living off of this. We ditched the kind of standard software side of the business and just became Dynamo Games back in 2004. So that was kind of our conception into the kind of games industry. From there we kind of drove really hard into games. Over the years we completed about 14 versions of Championship Manager on different platforms. We evolved it all the way up into the kind of modern iPhones up until about 2011. We won a BAFTA for it. I can't remember what year it was, I was just drunk. 2007 we also received 2 for the BAFTA nominations, which I think is a record. Received numerous accolades and stuff like that. We also did a game called Crystal Maze, which you guys may be aware of the TV show, it's really short, we appeared. And that was actually one of the few known facts is that was #1 in the UK charts every single year since 2007 on one occasion at least. It was a fantastic product that we put together back at the time. And I think that survived a good 5 or 6 years probably out of the App Store. So it's one of Dundee's little success stories that you probably weren't even aware of. But these were some of the products that came out of Dynamo Games Studio. Bringing you up to present time, which is digital sports arena. So we went out and raised money back in, almost a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now, to basically found the digital sports arena. The idea basically being we're creating one football management game, and we were actually forward thinking, and what we were pitching back at the time was to do head-to-head football management, which is a really, really challenging and difficult game concept to make head-to-head, take inspiration from Hearthstone and these kind of games. But we had a massive amount of experience in that area, and we've got a formula that we're just pushing out now, so it's quite exciting times for us, and Alan's been helping us with that, which is good input. So that's where we're at the moment. We're now in the process of raising more money, so we should hopefully see some more from us next year. We'll be on a big recruitment drive in that next year as we kind of scale up yet again. So in terms of Dynamo Games, I think it's peak with 24 employees. I've employed numerous people over the years, so I've got a lot of experience in kind of recruitment. And I think that's probably an area like maybe relevant to you guys rather than me talking about kind of businessy stuff. But feel free to ask me businessy stuff if you want. It was all self-learned, so I can't guarantee how good it is. In terms of recruitment, you guys have got an absolutely fantastic opportunity here at Abertay. You know, your courses are very specialised, they give you an absolutely great basis to go on and launch your games careers. But don't forget that a lot of it is in your hands, and that's the key thing. I've interviewed literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games recruits over the years, and it is a difficult industry to get into. So my advice to you would be to think about what you want to do now and start gearing yourself in that direction. One of the biggest things we get is we get tons of applications in. So obviously the standard advice I would give is make sure your CV isn't generic. It is a games degree course at Abertay. Just doesn't cut it. You've got to say what it is that you're offering and bringing to the table. So my advice, and exactly what you're doing tonight, is actually having a presence at these things, networking, going to all the shows and events that Alan suggested there. If you're appropriate to yourself, you know, go for it and put that on your CV. Another thing is don't put up your portfolio as just your university work, because the problem is we get 20, 30 people giving us the exact same portfolio, and we can't differentiate it. You just become kind of standard. So the key thing is to do, and my top tip is do your own work outside university. I know it's like, it's hell, you know what I mean? You've got to do university to show that you've got the skills to get a kind of formal mark. But in order to stand out in this, you've got to have done something for yourself. You've got to prove that you're in this way what you're doing, you've got passion about it, and that you're different from the guys sitting there from there. You've got to stand out above everybody. And that's really, really important. And that's one of the reasons why Alan got the summer placement from. He passed that test. You know, kind of showing the stuff he does here, you know, his CV. So it's kind of a really important step. That's the next thing I was going to point out was, you know, summer placements are really, really important if you can get them. I know it's not always easy, but fight really hard to try to get them. Make sure you get your CV out. And never ever do blanket CVs. Look at the companies you're applying for, figure out what it is they do, and apply your CV to that. That makes sense. And that's something to think about all the time. I would recommend as a student, and in this industry specifically. In this more generic degrees of software engineering, you can get away with not necessarily having a direction you want to pull, because there's probably a broader range of jobs for you out there, whereas in the games industry it's a bit more narrow focused. So the key thing is not to say I'm a Unity expert when I leave university, but to say, well, I focused in on this aspect of university, I learned it really, really well, and apply that into your CV and say this is the interest I've taken forward. But better yet is don't just do first-person shooters or Call of Duty. You know, Grand Theft Autos. No, they're great to show technical skills, but think about what the games market is and who. If you want to work in a studio in Scotland, think about what your options are. So do research to understand the type of companies that are available in this area if you want to work in this area. You've obviously got Rockstar Northview. Great if you get a job in there, but how do you get that position? And is there something else you can do to differentiate yourself? A lot of games around Dundee are very mobile focused. You know, they're all they're all social games. And so think about the mechanics and things that like a local games company would want. If that's what you want to take your path in, would need, what skill sets they need, and try and make sure you vary the skill set to be marketable. You know, that's really important. So know that your degree course gives you a subscribed thing, this is what you go for learn. And you can show, well, I went to learn a wee bit of server development, and I can now do this. That will just stand out from the crowd when you demonstrate your CVs. So that's absolutely critical in my mind. I know it's difficult, and I'm not saying I'm going to get drunk and so it's a great time in university. So you know that's kind of the biggest top tips. When it comes to interviews and stuff, be prepared. The guys in my office all slag me because I tend to ask very negative questions of people and the difficult ones. So it's not always a big positive line of questions I'll ask, other than what is your weaknesses? And that's a really difficult question to answer. Well, you've got to think about when you go in an interview situation, you've got to go promote yourself. But you've also got to know where your limitations are and be able to express that in a way that the interviewer can understand where you fit in the team. So that's my top tip for you. If you ever get an interview by me, think about it. Think about the kind of the difficult questions that I'm going to ask. You know, I think it's all about the response. I really can't answer it, but it's all about the response. The other thing we do is for software specific guys, we always do a programmer's test as well. Did you have to do one? Did you not do it? No, you skipped it. You must have got off really lightly. I'm going to be taking this back to who was doing your interview this time, so they have to retest you. So that's a kind of that's basically me, where I took my businesses, where I am now. So I don't want to talk about myself forever. So I guess I could pass this back to you guys if you want to have any questions or any topics you want to bring up and ask.
And sorry to bring you back into
absolutely.
Exactly where you just came out of.
No.
Well, I was wondering if you could describe what the recruitment process looks in the digital sports arena.
Yeah. So it's basically we won't always do calls out for recruitment. So there's an element of timing involved and a bit of luck sometimes. This is whether we're actually out on the hunt at the moment, any given time. But it is worth putting an inspector with the CV. So prepare your CV, stick it into the email address, and it may just sit there. You won't get a response unless there's an actual job opening being recruited for. But we do hold on to them, and we do then review them, and we do go to place jobs and something like that. So it's always worth doing. It doesn't absolutely do any harm. It can be incredibly frustrating not getting responses, and I'll hold my hand up and say I am guilty of making you guys all feel depressed. But stick with it. The reason we don't do individual responses is just down to sheer volume. I can literally spend every single hour of the day responding to kind of applications. So send in your CV is the first thing to do. Make sure it's got a portfolio. The common things that trip people up is they provide a demo. It doesn't work. If you're putting stuff up at the App Store, make sure you try and update it occasionally, because phones change very, very fast. So make sure it still runs. If somebody took your demo now this year, it might not run next year in the latest iOS. So it's always worth just making sure you're as presentable as possible, and have a look at what we do, try and understand what we do, and say, well, where could I offer my skill set? Where does it fit in with that? We don't do Call of Duty. So if you come to us and say, I am the best Call of Duty developer in the world, you won't get a job. That's really important. So, never do just blanket emails for CVs. It never works. So from there, basically, then we do an interview process. If you're picked out, we'll get back to you. It's just being face to face interview. And we should do this, which was the standard. It's just be prepared for that the best you can.
I just think one thing is more about cover letters. I know that's a big thing that has to do on what you expect to get from a cover letter.
It's a good question, Alan. What do you expect from a cover letter? Not much, to be honest with you. Straight to the point. Very brief. Just say, this is my current position, I'm looking for X, Y, Z job. And stick what you want to say to the CV. The reason for that is often when you're in the application process, I find, is that cover letters become as part of an email. So when our admin advisor passes us the CVs, they don't necessarily include the cover letters, so it can be a loss in the process. Especially if you did the anonymous submission form, it can also be stripped out. So be careful about putting too much critical information in that. Make sure it's all in the CV. Just keep it straight to the point. Don't try to be too fancy. Question for that.
You mentioned earlier how you started off as a few individuals.
Yes.
And you worked on your project, then pitched it towards larger companies.
Yes.
Do you have any secrets to what you think was made it successful, and do you think it get repeated today by us students?
Yeah. You talk about from way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So way back in the day, there was an element of luck, but we went out and made our good luck. So we identified that this technology was new, mobile phone handsets, so we're only going to improve and get better. That was the kind of first thinking. And one of the advantages you have as a student is often you're not bound by having this real huge wage straight away. You've got a bit of business in your finances, so you can commit to doing something very speculative and innovative.
Yeah.
That was, I think, what set us apart. As a larger organisation, to take a risk doing a football management game on a new bit of technology would be really costly and expensive, and we were able to basically take that risk because it's slightly naive. But we weren't naive enough not to know that we didn't really know what we were doing, if that makes sense. So what we did is we went out and spoke to the guys like Colin Anderson from Denke, who are even older than us, and they've been through the game industry. So we didn't go to these publishers kind of completely blind. We spoke to Scottish Enterprise, the Business Gateway, the business advisor in Dundee University, who were all instrumental in getting us off the ground. We didn't just say, yes, we're going to do a game, and just left it to blind good luck. Once we realised we had something, we actually took it very seriously. And you don't get a big publishing deal unless you do. You have to know your business case. You have to know your marketing, the whole broad spectrum of things. we had to fly a lawyer down, which was just incredible. I was only having like £10 a week or something. We had to pay for a lawyer to fly down with us to do the negotiations. And that blew my budget. You know, so things like that now there was a standard of. Early on, it was important to have these things in place.
Was there any sort of mistakes you made at that time?
Oh, loads.
That stood out as sort of a stupid mistake that you shouldn't have
Oh, I could list tons of mistakes. I mean, that's one of the biggest
ones
things.
that you think would possibly
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, one of the things, the biggest lesson I've learned over the years is move fast as you possibly can on anything. When the Facebook phenomenon of games came about, and we first looked at that business model, the Zynga model, which was being established. I don't think Zynga even evolved yet at that point. It was early adopters. We looked at that business model and identified this is trending up the way. When we looked at it, it was like 1 million users, and the next month it's 2 million users, 3 million, and it just went like that. So we were one of the first games companies in Scotland to move into Facebook social games, trying to leave it in Scottish. But even then, we were 3 or 4 months too late to the market, even though we were one of the first companies in Scotland to move into that sector. So off the back of that, we missed on huge exit opportunities because one of the game concepts we proposed was actually a gardening game. You grow stuff in the ground, a timer goes down, you come back an hour later and grow more stuff. You know, so just by being 3 months too late, you miss out on potentially $250 million for an exit. We were seeing companies of similar sizes who took that step 3 months earlier were exiting on huge sort of money. These guys had to fly by the agents. So that's the biggest lesson, is to move really, really fast. If you've got a decision, a problem, or something that's really not right, no matter how painful it is, you've got to move fast.
Question. So you mentioned you're going to be expanding digital sports arena with
Yes.
improvements on. What do you think are some of the challenges that you're going to face because of that the company's getting bigger?
Yeah, well, I've run bigger companies, so I know we're quite small at the moment. So I know the kind of the pathway we want to take. But what we're doing is we're trying to be more distributed as a business. We don't want to have a big, huge HQ here. So we take the talent from wherever it's available, and so we're happy to do more work and stuff. So we're quite innovative in how we approach our development. At the moment, we've got development guys out in Romania, England, head production out in the States. So it's all distributed. It's going to be a challenge for us to maintain that going forward and scale like that because you've got to work 10 times harder at communication when you're a distributed team. You guys will find that when you're doing your university projects. It's fine saying you're going to go home and do it, but it requires a lot of effort in terms of communication. It's difficult in an office, it's sometimes easier, but the genre of games that we do is a very specific skill set, and it's difficult to get the skills that we have to prepare recruitment to a large area. That's going to be one of the challenges for us, is where's our headquarters? What was your question?
The designs and concepts of your games, were they from one person or were they from the whole team?
Good question. No, I mean, how do these game ideas evolve? It's a really, really good question. It's often, over the years, in terms of creating original IP, or are you talking about stuff we've done like Crystal Maze, for example, which is a licensed TV show. And that was for us, that you had to design the game around the brand. Coming up with original IP is very much a gut instinct thing, to be honest with you. It's a really difficult thing to do. You've got to have something that the entire team's going to embrace. And then, even once the entire team embraces it, you've got to be 100% sure this is going to make you money. And there's a market out there for it. It has a future. Because once you commit into developing a game, especially games now, once you've released a game, it's just step one. That's only part one of your commitment, 20% of your commitment. If you want to do a successful game, releasing a game is, you've got another 8 times, 10 times, 20 times that effort to do until the game life cycle is completed. You're running services now, you're not running games. It's not packing up CDs like it used to be, or or disputing a file once it's done. In order to be a successful game, you've got to keep on top of it and improving and refining. So it's just really trying to embrace the project and the team. It's difficult, and there's often times, you know, when you sit there thinking, we really need something else to go out there, but you don't push it until you're happy, and that's hard.
To kind of piggyback on what that man just asked,
Yeah.
how late in the development cycle have you seen stuff just drastically change then?
All the time. yeah, everything changes. I mean, we're on, everything's agile, you know, and that's the way it should be. It's just, you know, you're aware of agile, but I'm assuming what's being taught, you know, so, you know, you change your path very rapidly. There's a point of no return which you've got to commit. But you do see some significant changes last minute. So yeah, that process challenges them, because it changes and they always introduce new issues, so that can be difficult when you've got like a fixed release time. Sorry, two people, and I'll let you go first.
Was there an instance of a competitor game coming up and that you had to evolve very fast to overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't, I think when we say we were one of the first football management games on mobile, I don't think technically we were. I think there was a game, I can't remember who did it. There was a game that literally came out a month before us, it's still Christmas number one slot, which was kind of gut wrenching, but they didn't survive much more than a year or two, and their product persisted and topped the charts for the year on afterwards. So it was really difficult at the time. We wanted that accolade to be first to market, it didn't happen. But fortunately, our product was so much better.
Is there something you think you did differently than them that caused them to kind of burn and then sort of back up?
It's a good question. I mean, the market, it depends how niche the market is. If you're in a really broad market, there's enough, you know, there's enough user base basically to, you know, it's hard to steal users off of other people unless you're Clash Royale, Supercell or something like that. And they don't just steal users off of other games, they steal users off of other media. They steal users from Netflix and other places. And these are guys like a phenomenal force in the market. So I think the trick is to be aware of what your opposition are doing, but to always think where are you going with this and have a really clear vision about where you're innovating and where your product goes. Yeah, sorry, if
if you were to graduate like now, would you still have gone out and formed a team with the guys you're uni with, or would you recommend that in like?
Yeah, I mean, one of the business partners, Stuart, he was actually a really good friend from school years. It just so happened we lived on the same university courses by accident. We didn't even consider our own pathways, but no, I still work with him now. He's basically head of design effectively. So absolutely, yeah. But the pathway to these things always requires people coming and going, so it changes a lot. You know, working for a lot of people over the years. But we did do it again, yes, absolutely. And I would say it's kind of harder at the moment, but there's probably areas you can innovate in if you're thinking ahead of where technology is going to go. And that's really difficult to make that assessment. Virtual reality, driving in the future, or reality, who knows? You know, I mean, I could just be a niche of it. I don't know. Social games, you know, what do you pick? That's the thing.
Last question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you play Football Manager at all?
I do, occasionally. Yeah, so one of the reasons that behind doing this product is because I don't have time to spend 40 hours playing consecutively Football Manager, or 180 hours. And one of the reasons we're doing this game is because we think the essence is, we need to find the pure essence in this and find something else that we can offer people. And that's what we've just been trying to boil it right down. What is the Football Management experience? It's about making tactical decisions. How do we do that now? Where people have got an attention span of about 10 minutes. And it's a different audience, it's a different technology. different platform connections. You know, a Clash Royale has just proven that the way to go is about basically creating a head-to-head competitive environment. Creating a formula for this genre has been really, really difficult, but I think that's one of the key advantages we have over anybody else at the moment, is actually, you know, our vision for how we want to take the product and make it accessible, and hopefully open up to a bigger audience if we want to. Will you buy it?
We have two questions. When are you going to be releasing the game?
It's in early beta now already, so we're just having to do some market spend on the game, and then we'll see it basically. We're in soft launch period basically now, so we're going to see it propagate out across different territories, and then we'll see where it goes from there. It's all, the games, as I say, you know, it's all about analytics, measuring what you're doing, understanding how people are using the product, and then refining it from there. So that's the key thing.
Do you think you could lose some market where you soft launch it out? Like if there is like a major change that needed.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the big things behind the game, modern games now, is about, it's not about the game development, it's about the market. And it is phenomenally expensive basically to market a game. We talk about it in terms of buying users or user acquisition. How much you buy a user for £5 and you expect them to spend £7. So if you don't have that formula spot on, you could be playing millions of pounds into something that gives you nothing back. So it's very much, it's a very measured and calculated path forward, because you can't afford to spend millions of pounds and not get a return back on it. So it's about taking these steps forward. And as aggressive as you can, but it's also kind of in a safe way as well. And that's the same challenge as every single game. And when I'm talking about games, by the way, I should clarify, I'm not talking about Xbox releases on CDs and like that. I'm talking about real games. the mass audience, basically, the social games and mobile games.
What football team do you support?
I'm not going to bring that up because it's really, really painful. Dundee, who are going to be in the first division next season. And they're replaced by Dundee United, which is going to be even more painful. And I'm not trying to believe in Aberdeen fans, so I don't know who you like that, so I get past the sorry.
For companies of your size and similar, in terms of hiring staff, and which roles would you like prioritize having in-house, and which ones would you normally contract out?
Well, that's a good question. For us, it depends on the skill set. It depends on the type of game. I mean, for us, sound is important, but it's something we don't necessarily feel after full-time sound engineering. So sound something actually has been left as a secondary thing for everything, but it will evolve out, and that'll be something called a contract out. Game design is always a really difficult one. I would never tend to outsource game design. It tends to come from top downwards. So from game design point of view, that's what your focus area is. You know, definitely I think about the QA around it. We use that as an element to get into the game design angle. From there you become like an assistant producer, assistant game designer, and move your way up. Coding is something ideally if you can do it in-house, great, but it's a big world out there and there's a lot of competitors in terms of getting skill set. So that's something we do outsource and inside. Art is something as well that the type of games we do is very, very specific style of art that's required, and we find it incredibly difficult to recruit for because it's not art and want to do character design or standard animation. So it's actually more like probably graphic design in terms of how you lay out screens, information, and data. And that's where one of the biggest challenges was for the project was actually how to fit the kind of full learning experience into something that's like that size and reimagining that visually. So yeah, so I think of it as any other parts of the game. QA is an easy one to outsource, but again, it's good to have in-house resources for that. That's like at least yeah, sorry.
when you're hiring people on, do you normally hire them on for the duration of a project, or do you have them as permanent member?
Usually it's short term to start with, and then it just evolves from there. Yeah, I mean, we don't do it project basis. As I say, if the product's now like then you don't have to plan to do the project now for a year. We plan to do the project for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years for what we do. You know, there's not a short life cycle to this thing. But also, it's not, you don't take a short term look at it, you look to hire for the future. But it's important that it comes in and effect, you know, so.
Do you think it's better to start a business as a graduate or after getting some experience working?
Question.
Start a business, right?
I've really done it as a graduate. Yeah. It depends what you want to do. If you're too ambitious, it's going to be really difficult as a graduate. Whereas if you've got a bit of commercial experience, I think it could take you a long way in doing something that's maybe a bit more ambitious. If that makes sense. I mean ambitious, I mean scale. So it's something you can do small as a graduate, and maybe risky or maybe a great go for it. But if it's something you're thinking I'm going to do this, you can only think of 2 games today in Call of Duty. You know, I mean, you're not going to do it. You need to gain that commercial experience before you can convince people to give you money to pay something like that. Yeah, that's sort of the plan.
Will you be looking for interns next summer?
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. Particularly with that kind of thing, is to not leave it too late. Try and apply kind of after Christmas, basically start thinking about where you're going to apply and put CVs in. Often the decision for us to commit isn't made until the end of the time, because we try to give guys that come on a good experience as a group. But the key thing for me is that it's it's a learning experience both ways, and it has to be something really valuable for the work on and important. And it's not just a one-way thing. It really is that I literally learn stuff off in the summer interns, and it's because you guys are actually learning stuff that I don't have time to go and learn, and I gain a lot of knowledge on things that I haven't considered. And you, as a graduate, you always bring really fresh ideas and fresh input, and that's always really good. But so for the key for me is I will make a decision to do this only when we've got a valid project and work on, and they're going to really contribute to what we're doing. If that makes sense. So we often make decisions quite late in the year, but you still have to get your CV in early, even if for a step of the job.
I was so intrigued by, how on earth do you start handling it if you just go into work and realize that you have to gain like twice as much money? Because I mean, you're saying they're quite distributed.
Yes.
It's a pound, it's like, doesn't doing great, maybe it's quite a rapid decline. Like, I can imagine that's quite a shock of suddenly realizing that the people like you took the time and dirt and for something else to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm sure there's a million versions of
About
that.
10% increase in the last like 3 months. But it's just in terms of the pound, I mean, if we made more sales abroad, we'd get more money back in the value here. So most of the market will be outside the UK. Well, the UK market is quite big. Most of the sales will be done abroad. So I guess when it comes back, it must be you feel a bit wealthier for it, even though the cost of it swings around the cost.
But in just general, like if you realise that there's an issue, like what would the
in terms of like contract issue or what would you think?
I don't know, if you just realise there's something out of your control, would you like re-examine design tenants or revision? At what point do you like have your losses of it?
On a project?
Yeah.
That's a good question. We don't cut losses. We tend not to get a position when we do cut losses. Sometimes, I have worked in games in the past where we have canned it, or have been canned by external publishers. They'll make a market assessment of whether many years at the time, at least whether they think that actually a product in the market is still the same as when they conceived the idea. So sometimes they'll say, well, actually, somebody else has got a competitive problem with it, and you know, there's no reason for us to try and compete on that level. It's going to cost too much money. Too big a risk. Can't work with someone else. And that's happened before. That was more the traditional early games model. Whereas with what we're doing now, you know, you've got quite a big long-term vision on it, so you kind of commit.
Okay, so more sort of like trying to have a long-term plan rather than.
Yeah, you've got that, so know where you want to go. Absolutely, that's the key thing. You've got to have your vision. So, and as long as you're taking the path along that vision, then there's no reason for you to abandon. For me, it could be staffing issues or technical issues and stuff, but most of these things can be sorted if you've got a good team around you.
So you talked about that, making portfolio, what sort of technical skills you look for.
Yeah.
Just wondering, so as a small company like yourselves, what would you look for in terms of the soft skills, or what thing makes them stand out with their just technical knowledge alone?
Yeah, that's a really good question, especially for small teams, guys who communicate, take a bit of initiative. I think when you work at that, if you're the kind of person that needs that guidance, direct guidance, and that's important to such a puzzle for a bigger team. Whereas if you can be quite autonomous and show initiative within reason, you know, and you can take responsibility for your own work, that makes you very appealing to a small company. You know, a lot of it is about the attitude you take into your work, you know. I think of other soft skills. The usual stuff actually is really important, and this is why, like, even if you get either software engineer or whatever discipline you're in, you get QA work, it's always a good avenue because you can assess your clear communication skills in terms of writing bug reports. Essentially, that's a really important skill, and that skill transfers into every single department. If you can clearly illustrate a bug that you found about software, how you really created it, you can write it down in English. Then that's a skill that's used in software engineering, a skill that's used in design, skill that's used in art, because you can be able to, you know, communicate your issues, problems and stuff like that. So it's really, that kind of soft skill is really important. So that's the most important job actually is QA.
Would you look for that in like a formal sense, or for example, following forums and incentives like that? Put all these bugs working with this company, just as a sort of hobby. Would that something you consider? Or
No, absolutely, yeah. Because it shows you've got, it means you've got an understanding of what you're doing before you go into the job. You know, QA roles is sometimes we would issue tests for people to do, which is just to write up. People look at random websites and write a box on, you know, and it's really important to really clear it. You can see people with research on how to actually write good body reports. There's the guys that are just thinking, I want to do this. Just put it out. You'd be surprised at the range of differences that you get from people. Absolutely, anything you can do in that front is important.
Kind of leading on from that question, you also mentioned earlier about like specialists and searching for them and bringing them in from different industries into your own. Do you think there's still a place in the workforce for people that identify as generalists, so like semi-skilled in several areas? Or as an employer, do you only look for a person that is heavily invested in one area?
No, I think a generalist, yeah, it's a difficult one to answer that question. I think it depends how good the generalists are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm aware when you come out of university, you are in a sense a bit of a generalist. You know, and that's why I was emphasising earlier on, you want to kind of find someone that's your strength. So even if you're aware that's your strength, it's something you can offer. Involved just in general. From a technical point of view, there is benefits of being like a full stack developer, so you can work on all different levels. That's definitely attractive for a smaller business. But yeah, generalists, I'm afraid. No, I'm sorry to make a decision here. No. Try and be a bit more special if you can.
I was just thinking, if a producer cancelled one of your projects, is that a huge loss to your company, or is it mostly a loss to the producer? Who has to kind of absorb that?
Yeah, I mean, the business I'm working on is a publisher-based, producer-based. and publish surveys.
Sorry.
It's not relevant, but the stuff we've done in the past, where we've worked with external producers through Dynamo Game. Is it a big loss? Depends on your contract. Often, what you do is you negotiate your contract so that you get paid up to the next milestone should they cancel. So as long as you provision for that into your contracts, then it should be a total loss, and make sure you've got a plan for any point what would happen if they don't deliver. And that has happened in the past. Sometimes it can be kind of a good thing because you basically get the money and you've not necessarily done the work that you do, but that's what I'm kind of doing.
So you mentioned previously that the life cycle of these games is just increasing, especially for social games. Do you find that's actually a detriment to the quality of games being released now that you have to commit resources to maintain those games, for the next 10 years, rather than just...
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean the games, because the release process is deliberately, you're not releasing stuff that's final. So the quality is not going to be as good as a fully released. You think this is almost proven that to be the case, but it's a fully released kind of Xbox title or something, it's not going to be evolved. It's not off release, so you don't get that kind of polished experience early on. But the key thing is identifying whether the core of what you do is fun. And I think that's really important because you can social games you see as mistake all the time. People think there's a formula. You can look up the internet game brief, they tell you the exact formula to every single successful social game out there. And there's so many games that just literally take that checkbox exercise and say, okay, I've got Facebook friends, I've got gifts, I've got a timer-based solution, I've got this, I've got that, tick boxes, and they have this thing that's full of tick boxes. But if what the core of the game is crap, then it doesn't matter what you do on it, you're not going to deliver a big success of it. So in many ways, the longer life cycle allows you to make sure you refine that core of the games where it should be better. Should be saying that.
Is that it?
Next time we're going to get on to the water. Anything else? Well, I hope that's been of help, guys. Thank you.
Cheers again, Stuart, for coming, and next week we have a short talk by Paul Robinson, and then there's time for other presentations if you have more presentations for yourselves next week. I'll be in the pub, drink lots. Thanks very much, guys.